With just 5 days to go until the Iowa caucuses, former President Donald Trump will participate in a televised town hall in the state tonight. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis and former UN Ambassador Nikki Haley are debating each other on a different network at the same time. The other top two Republican candidates have been criticizing one another ahead of the first-in-the-nation caucuses. And according to recent polls, they both trail far behind Trump in the Hawkeye state. CBS News campaign reporter Taurean Small joins us now from Des Moines, Iowa. It's good to have you with us, even if it is pretty chilly out there. I'm wondering, Taurean, do any Iowa voters tell you that they mind that Trump is avoiding all of these debates?
Yeah, quite a bit, but it's not necessarily the voters you would expect. Trump's base, so supporters attending his rallies, especially over the past weekend, are unbothered by the fact that he's deciding to sit this one out. Voters I talked to, though, at Haley events, at Vivek Ramaswamy events, at Ron DeSantis events, are all really, if not annoyed, frustrated by the fact that the former president is just not engaging with his primary opponents in a public forum. I talked to some voters who say that they want to hear him answer for some of the criticism that his opponents have been lobbying at him since they started this primary cycle.
Well, it's interesting because he's not engaging in the debates, but DeSantis and Haley really aren't engaging in any criticism of him, even though he is out on the campaign trail. So how are DeSantis and Haley trying to approach this debate tonight?
Yeah, so we know from Ron DeSantis' angle, he's looking to take some of that biting criticism that he had about Nikki Haley and take it to her directly in a one-on-one face-off. A stage like this, especially considering this debate will take place in Iowa, DeSantis would make the case that Nikki Haley is two politicians. She's one way when she's here in Iowa, she leans more conservative, but when she's in New Hampshire and other states that she's really targeted, and it's been paying off for her in the polling, she's more of a moderate Republican, really trying to approach independent and liberal, but lean, moderate liberal voters out there. We know from Haley's camp that she's going to call out DeSantis as a liar, and she's going to make the case that the reason why he's doing that is because he's losing. He's still trailing far behind Donald Trump in the polls. He's right now polling in second place here in Iowa, but that lead that Donald Trump has is still commanding enough for Nikki Haley to say that DeSantis at this point is just flailing.
I noticed how cold it is out there, and there is another Arctic blast that's supposed to just pummel Iowa on caucus night. So how concerned are the campaigns about the cold?
Yeah, Lana, I think it's quite clear that I'm not built for this weather, but Iowa voters here, they are well used to this type of temperatures, this type of snowfall. I think we've avoided the worst of the snowfall, but it looks like on caucus night, it's going to be below zero temperatures. I talked to the chairman of the Iowa Republican Party, and he says while he was once expecting a historic turnout, this could affect turnout, but not in a significant way. He says he still believes it's going to be a great turnout. I talked to a precinct caucus captain for Ron DeSantis, who says that he has about 50 people set to attend his precinct. He believes that about maybe 4 or 5 won't show up, and these are all neighbors, right? So he knows just about attendance, or can anticipate what the attendance will look like. So again, we will see some impact, but not enough to warrant concern from any of the campaigns.
Well, I appreciate you braving those cold weather for us. You know what? Cover up those ears, Taurean. Get yourself a hat. It's your friend. Taurean Small, thank you. And stay with CBS News for reporting and analysis out of Iowa in advance of Monday's caucuses. Join Margaret Brennan on Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern and again at 5 p.m. for a special preview. She's going to be looking at the key issues with insight from CBS News' political correspondents and campaign reporters. And on Monday, we're going to have reports all day across the first-in-the-nation caucus state leading up to 5 p.m. Eastern, when America Decides will come to you from Des Moines, kicking off a full night of coverage and results from the CBS News Data Desk.